Thank you very much, Sam. I'm sure they won't. It's okay. We've had a short break as well. It's fine. These guys, yeah, exactly, a little breather. These guys, though, coming into this game, Danny, specifically, a little bit under the weather, like Tridd said. I'm sure it won't harm him all too much. He does play off the experience of the team, and the experience is going to help him invaluably improve. This guy's 17 years old. He's been called a prodigy by the rest of his squad, and says he really just builds off at the hype. People tell him he's doing well, he pops off even more.
Yeah, man. Positive reinforcement, name of a game here, especially looks up to his big brother Lind. Give him a couple of the insider secrets there.
Yeah, they've been playing together as well, actually. That's quite funny. Me and my brother used to play games when we were kids. Nothing to this level, of course. And that's also quite important to think about as well. His brother's probably passed down a few tips and tricks as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But we are going to be heading into Ilios first. We'll have to see what these teams are bringing there. It's going to be Copenhagen Flames in the blue, young and beautiful, looking nice in the red.
Yes, they do. Those picks not looking too great, though. Come on, come on, Dempsey. I know you're not going to play the tour.
Bit of a young and quick play right there.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Don't remind me of the pre-level 25 days. It's not a nice experience. But it can be sometimes. Play with a few friends, you know, gets them going.
Oh, yeah. It's better.
Torb offense on multiple maps. You know, it can be pretty fun sometimes. Not when you're competitive, though.
Don't underrate your melee specialist, your Torb hammering.
Hey, definitely not, man. Definitely not.
It's just a stepping stone to pro Reinhardt.
It's like Symmetra. Probably not going to play by Dezachu here. Dezachu, like they mentioned on the desk, this guy's 15 years old. He can be a bit of a beast. His team says when he pops off, when he gets going and rolling, he really can be a monster. He's the guy that's going to be boosting them in and out of the fight, and I like the way they put him on the Lucio here because they're going to give Naga a lot of space on this Widowmaker. Widowmaker we've not seen all too much on Ilios Ruins. We've seen it every now and then, but teams are very quick to switch off it when they realize the enemy Widowmaker is just as good as they are.
Absolutely, and Naga and Spoxes have spotted each other out right now. We're going to have to head for the heals as we go for the main battle around the health pack here. It has been hacked by the Sombra of Young and Beautiful. Dempsey's got control of that right now. Yeah, I really like Dempsey's play here. They are playing up on this Sombra health packs. The regeneration is just oh so great, especially with good stuff hanging around as well. Just duck dip, diving and dodging around the statue. Poppyfresh is going to find his way to the back line though. Spooks takes the head off Heiko. He actually demechs him as well. Poppyfresh is going to get a little bit of red on Ben Best, and that actually opens him up to the back line, but is going to take a couple of pistol shots to the head. Marine Lord will go down also. Danny now. He's in this mech trying to find the Widowmaker. It's not exactly where he is. Look around the bushes, he may be hiding in there. Camouflage Widowmakers are the bane of a Diva's existence. But here, Young and Beautiful playing this so intelligently. We saw Copen Flames trying to pull back, trying to bait them away from that large health pack that Dempsey had hacked. But no, they stayed, they held their ground. They decided, you know what, we'll just play the point. We have a win condition. We can just be there with the extra healing. And that's all we need to really win out this fight.
Now look, they're playing on the opposite side. That pulse bomb goes a little bit wide, but in fact, it actually catches him anyway. Spox is going to go down. He's going to take a support with him, however. Did pick him off earlier in the fight. Now, Poppyfresh playing this really intelligently on the point. That was so close. Stuck behind it, but the Discord Orb will help finish Danny off. Naga gets hacked, can still scope in, can still get those left clicks off, but Ding, the Zenyatta specialist, is going to actually pop the Transcendence to keep himself alive and contesting on the point. Danny's going to come in as well, meaning that they're going to be able to sustain this healing a little bit more. But Ding charges the right click and picks off the head of Naga.
Ding really living up to his name there. The headshots coming through aplenty for the Zenyatta here, and now Spox is looking to clean it up. He's got his eyes on the tanks. His big meaty target's going to be nice to charge up that infra site once again. Nice flight there, Chubbs. Not quite to the moon, but at least you tried.
Spox is just getting so much room to move here. Even Ding's providing him protection. You're thinking, Zenyatta, okay, I guess you can harmony all.
He's a brawler, Zen.
Exactly, Ding is exactly that. You know, I spoke to him about, you know, helping yourself on ladder. I was like, come on, man, give some tips on the Zenyatta.
give a boy some tips.
I know your Zen's pretty fresh. I want to make mine pretty clean too. And he says, you know, you've got to be fairly aggressive sometimes. Bait these Widowmakers into poking you and then charge them up with the right click. They're going to go for a big engage here, and Ding's actually going to fall first.
Absolutely, but now it is the Widow battle. Naga versus Spoxes, but Spoxes decide to go for greener pastures. He wants to get on these tanks, but they're getting healed up by Marine Lord with that Transcendence.
Big Discord Orb straight onto the mech of Danny, just pops him straight out. Look at Poppyfresh on the back lines as well. Nowhere left to hide. Ben is going to fall, and that is someone that actually came onto the roster fairly late, you could say. A week ago, he did actually join Young and Beautiful. Maybe not on the same page just yet, but 89% to 21. There's still a lot of room to maneuver here for Young and Beautiful. Gustav has that sound barrier available, but you look at the bank of Copenhagen Flames right now, they've got 4 to their name.
Absolutely, and if you're trying to exploit weaknesses for Young and Beautiful, you definitely want to look at the synergy of the tank line. Ben, Best, and Danny, what are they going to be able to do? Chubb's going straight into the back, and that is already a pick onto Ding, courtesy of Poppyfresh. There's the stick. Oh, explosive.
He knew it was coming. He stood still, just let it happen. Poppy Fresh actually got the mech as well from Danny, so even better for him. Dezachu finds the boop. Is going to find the kill, and that'll be Copenhagen Flames. They're going to secure the point for now.
Absolutely, 2 ultimates invested there, the Primal Rage and the Pulse Bomb, but still 2 waiting in reserve. We've got Dezachu with the Sound Barrier and Heiko ready to lay down the explosion with that self-destruct. Young and Beautiful setting up for yet another engagement. They're also going to have the self-destruct here. Will they be able to do anything?
Keep an eye on Dempsey, though. 98%. Gukhan on 99. Naga loses the Widow Duel again. Spox is looking for something else. They've broken it down. He's trying to find someone else's head, but it's really just not happening. He's just finding the damage on the mech, which is perfect. In fact, Discord Orb, plenty. And Spoxes does manage to find that at least. Dempsey going to activate the EMP fairly late, meaning there's not many abilities really left, and you can't get the Diva back in the mech. Spoxes finds a Marine Lord's face as well. There's a Transcendence just to clear up the rest of the fight. Ding goes golden, and their point will be theirs.
And there was some really intelligent play there from Dezachu, who was really trying to wait out that EMP so that he could lay down the Sound Barrier after, because that gets stripped away by the EMP, but it didn't quite happen. Naga already coming in with a pick, and that may well be the opening with Copenhagen's life. They need to get in.
96%. Spox just took a body shot. Will he be able to survive? Trying to peek Poppy Fresh. Misses 1, misses 2. Danny takes out Chubbs in the end. A Transcendence coming in. Marine Lord keeping his front line nice and healthy.
Oh,
there's the bomb
Danny.
sent into orbit, but Danny goes down to the Pulse Bomb. Naga finally gets revenge onto Spox. It's supposed to be best. This guy needs to be able to pop off now. Goomba stomps Naga. He has got 1,000 HP, but that's melting pretty fast with the Discord Orb on him. Dempsey sneaking around the sidelines, takes out Heiko before he can actually remake, and now Dempsey takes the young Dezachu on in a 1v1 and loses it, and they've lost the point as well. They need to be able to touch it. They've got a Diva coming in. Danny fiercely marching forward. Does take a couple of headshots and will go down pretty quickly, but he has to buy the time for the rest of his team.
Absolutely, Dezachu now looking to pick up the kill here. The rest of his team desperately needs healing. He's got that healing aura up in the middle. He's going to amp it up, and everyone's going to be feeling all of the healing that they need.
Overtime coming in. Here is Ding. He gets splashed out. Ding is switched onto the Tracer to try and get this last touching point, but Naga standing in the back lines, pops one on Dempsey, and that will be surely the end of the game. As soon as Ding goes down, they finally find the kill. Overtime ticking, and Copenhagen Flames take Ruins.
Obviously, you guys can't see us back here, but my boy Jaws is really getting into this. He was role-playing the Widow there. He had an action rifle. He's doing the dance moves and everything. Beautiful stuff, Jaws.
I know production are recording that as well, and
that's going to be outtakes.
Yeah, it really is. Hey, what can I say? I like my Widowmaker. Not very good at Widowmaker.
I like it too.
I only like it in Diamond when I can actually play Widow. Anything higher, like I'm a bit flaky on it, you know?
Jaws, okay. Infamous Diamond Smurf.
Yeah, the infamous Widow Smurf. It's pretty clean. You can ask Tridd to do with them sometimes. Right, we're on Lighthouse now. This is really Dezachu's map. This Lucio specifically, he's been a pretty big helping hand in Copenhagen Flames. Nothing incredible coming out from him yet. I want to see the double boop. I want to see something fancy coming out from this guy, because this guy, like they mentioned on the desk, has so much time to improve being so young.
Absolutely. Look at Naga right now. He's commanding the high ground. However, Young and Beautiful, they're all about the point. They're going in with Ben Best on the Reinhardt. They've got all the protection they want, courtesy of those walls and a shield. So it's going to be Copenhagen Flames who have to take the initiative here and make a dive.
Exactly that. Naga is just pummeling them away, but problem is, Ben Best standing there with shield. You want to pummel? That's fine. I'll just hold that shield up, no problem. Ding as well. Really intelligent pick on the Moira here. Is just going to be able to heal everybody up in a nice AoE. Looking at 40% ult charge already. That's going to be even more for this next couple of fights. Spox is actually DMX Heiko. That should actually be a disengage from Copenhagen. I don't think there's any way they can actually force their way onto the point without a mech.
Yeah, a little bit too trepidatious there from the side of Copenhagen Flames. They couldn't get in before the cap came through. Dempsey's going to pick up the DMX Heiko on the back. However, Spox has gone down courtesy of Chubbs, and now Naga's trying to turn it around. Gustav's down.
Naga finds the missiles. Gustav ends up falling. You are correct. Poppy Fresh trying to find his way in. Pulse Bomb charging up. There's the Diva. He's hunting, fishing, trying to get it, trying to bait out. He doesn't get it. What do you do? What was that? I didn't even see him go. Goes up in the air. Does get DMX in the end. Marine Lord gives Dempsey a kick in the face. Does end up going down. Also, Heiko trades one onto Danny. They are going to be able to secure this point, but very clutch. Gustav comes in, amped up the speed, and jumps straight onto the point to secure an extra couple of percentage. He's even still alive, but that Discord Orb will send him to the grave.
Little percentage plays here from Young and Beautiful. I like it. They're focusing on their win condition, and that's reaching 100% on that capture point. Every percentage helps, but now they need to build up the ultimates, and they need to get the frags. That's what's going to help them the most. Spox is sitting there, sitting pretty on a blade. He's going to be able to bring that out at any time he chooses, but he is going up against 2 support ultimates. Young and Beautiful needs to try and force those out beforehand.
Well, they're going to go straight in. Primal Race to try and find it, but nice pin against the wall. Blade still yet to be used. That Coalescence is healing everybody up, but Chubbs is running a rampage.
Oh my God, Chubbs!
4K. Spoxes, get out of here. The rest of your team's already gone.
Oh, I thought Copenhagen Flames were playing with a dive.
Hiding, sneaking, solo HP.
It's okay. He's on his own side. I thought Copenhagen Flames were playing with dive, but Young and Beautiful, they donned their scuba gear because they were all going into the ocean courtesy of Chubbs. What a massive play from Winston. That is just 3 ultimates invested there from Copenhagen Flames.
Right, Spoxes is going to come in now. He's got that beat. They are just going to sit point. This is where their composition does best with that Reinhardt shield. But we're already down. Blade still not used. He wants to save for the time being. Chubbs got annihilated as soon as he jumped onto the point. Transcendence to make sure Naga doesn't go down. He finds one. Ben Best ends up falling. But the thing is, you've got to deal with that Dragon Blade next. There's nothing stopping him now, unless he can't find the targets. A swing and a miss. He picks up Dezachu, but they do manage to secure the point.
Absolutely, the swapper's there, but Naga wants to get in. He's got his eyes on the Tracer, and he's laid down his biofield. He's got the healing on his back, and he's got his tanks there too. Gustav goes, oh, Poppy Fresh, those Spoxes! It's all over the kill feed.
Hang on a second. Blue, then red, then blue, then red. Ben Best comes in with the last swing of the hammer, cleans up the rest of the fight. Chubbs ends up going down. You're thinking Copenhagen's have won it? Hang on a second. Spoxes has still got some time you have to play.
Terrible game of Connect 4 right there. No one won. Well, I suppose Young and Beautiful one. They still have a point, and now they have the advantage in capture percentage as well. 64% to Copenhagen Flames, so Young and Beautiful are accruing. They've got 65%.
Look how fast Sting is burning his ultimates as well. Already has another Coalescence, and being so close on the point is so easy to damage and heal the rest of your team. Not damage your team, obviously, the damage the enemy team. Don't damage them. Friendly fire would be ridiculous. Oh, Ben Best with a beautiful charge actually onto Marino. Not sure he got him from so far away. Dig from the back line, spraying everybody down with that hose, just making sure everybody stays up. Heiko is going to get demeched actually by Ding, and Spoxes might as well unleash the blade now, clean everybody up, 3% to go. Uh-oh, wrong place, wrong time. Dezachu didn't stand a chance against Spoxes' blades, and Young and Beautiful take Lighthouse.
1-1. There is fight yet. And now, heading to our final round, it will be the well. And this is where we're really, once again, going to be looking to our Lucio's Dezachu and Gustav to see who's going to be put into the little murder pit in the middle. You may also see your Pharahs, your Roadhogs, your Orissas, maybe.
Well, Naga's actually hovering the Pharah here, and actually Dezachu swapping away, giving Marine Lord that duty now. He's going to go on that Mercy, make sure Naga can stay nice and topped up. Well, there you go. Spoken by the man himself. Thing is, we're looking at Young and Beautiful. Ding's actually now swapped onto this Zenyatta, meaning that Naga's going to be under a lot of trouble if he can land a couple of shots. Issue is, there's no consistent Sky DPS unless Danny gets up in the air and starts messing with it.
Absolutely, Danny's going to have to be the one who establishes aerial superiority here in that mech. And I have faith in him to do just that, but it's going to be Spoxes and his partner Dempsey coming around the side here. They want to try and get a good angle on Copenhagen Flames to engage on this. They can potentially get onto Marine Lord, and that's exactly what they found.
God. And another dash. All right, Spoxes is going ham. He's just going to wait for the D-Mech, get one last right click, and the melee. Okay. Nice deflect. Again, this is the problem. They can't actually touch Naga. Naga's going to annihilate Spoxes, but the problem is the point is still under contention. Ding tries to get a cheeky right click and a boot, but not going to happen. They're still up in the air, still contesting the point. Now they have to just play around Naga's ability to charge ult. He's on 80% already.
You got to go in there and contest real quick time, my boys. Okay, Dempsey is now on the point along with his tank. There is a remake. However, they have surrendered the point to Copenhagen Flames, so this isn't what they want.
Look where they all are in that tight corridor. Exit the door and you're going to die. Naga pins them all in. Ding finds the right click in the end, but it might just be too little too late. Extremely low, dacking, bobbing or weaving behind cover to try and stay alive for as long as possible. Remember, they do not have the point. This is all time for Copenhagen Flames to stall.
Absolutely, Dezachu's falling incredibly low. Potentially they can dive on him and finish him off, but no, he is going to get a little bit of healing there. Now Spox is, oh, okay, long range, don't catch those, friend, they're not good for your health.
Naga finds Dempsey again. This is the issue with the Pharah. You can just jump up in the air out of spawn and start pummeling the point when you're nowhere near it.
Double kill.
It's a double kill. He got it, but it was just a reset.
Double environment. He's still putting that one on his record.
Hey,
it's going to look good on Winston's Lab.
Exactly, yeah. It's looking good on the Winston's Lab stats. It's all Gucci. Right, Spoxes, Gustav, and Dempsey both have all three of them have ultimate. Danny's even nearing here. Ben Best, we're looking at a 5 ultimate stack here. Ding quickly switched over to Widowmaker, switched back to Zenyatta. I was excited to see Ding's Widow, but it's not going to happen.
Ding with the dings. However, round the back it is Poppy Fresh. He's looking to try and get a little bit of annoyance first into Ben Best. Maybe force out that primal rage before it's ideal. And now Spoxes looks Yes! Here comes the blade.
There's the blade over the well, finds the hole, but Marine Lord will end up going down. Spoxes dive straight out and in fact onto the back line. 200 plus HP as he dashes into the Tracer from that sound barrier, but Naga sky high air superiority. Copenhagen Flames right now just dominating the air. Young and Beautiful finding it so hard. Danny finally finds the kill, drops the Diva Bomb as well to instantly remech. Ding gets a little bit caught out, but punishes Poppy Fresh, finds the kill with the Discord and the headshot.
You thought Ding was caught out, but actually it was Poppy Fresh, and now Benbest looking to finish this one off, but he's up against 2 tanks and their healer, Dredro, now under supreme pressure. Can he be hunted down? Potentially going to be finished off here. Ding's coming in with the kill onto Chubbs, and that will be the flip finally for Young and Beautiful at 97% for Copenhagen Flames.
They still have only just changed over. Spox is now on the Soldier, realizes that actually Naga a bit more of a problem that he anticipated. But now they have Ding. Now they have Spoxes. They can Discord all, they can instantly take her out the air, but the issue I'm seeing right here is Naga's got so much room to actually use here.
Absolutely, he's going in deep with that room. Oh, Marine Lord already down there, may well spell the end of his attack already. Gustav's put Chubbs in the pit, and that may well just be too many men lost. Naga going off for a holiday. I like that sunbed. Nice tan, nice tan.
Nice tan. Exactly that. It's pretty sunny in Helios, let's be fair.
Oh yeah.
They're sitting in the shade now,
Good destination.
Yeah.
Don't get sunburned. Do you think gorillas need to wear sunscreen?
That is actually a really good question. I don't actually know. I'm kind of trying to think something rather intelligent to say. I'll quickly look on Wikipedia, like, do they need sunscreen? I doubt it very much. He's got, come on, he's got an astronaut suit on. Right, they're going to move in. Naga using, again, the building to hold cover. They're actually going to force them out of cover here so Naga can have free reign. Poppy Fresh, again, just picks up 2 with the Pulse Bomb. This man is an absolute monster finding the 2-piece, but it's all Copenhagen Flames funneling people into Poppy Fresh's Pulse Bombs.
Yeah, Copenhagen Flames definitely lighting themselves on top of a cooking pot. There is that little room there.
98% now. They need to be able to touch this for overtime. Rocket Barrage is available. They've already demexed the Diva. Oh, Gustav, you didn't stand a chance. Overtime ticking down. Copenhagen Flames, they're going to secure Helios.
Oh, it was more difficult than they may have envisioned, but they finally managed to bring it out. Naga there, an incredibly impressive Farah.
Yeah, Young and Beautiful just took a little bit too long to actually switch off onto a hit scan. It seemed a bit lackluster. It seemed very mosaic, what we saw earlier. They really just didn't want to shift from their original composition.
This is what we're going to play.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we're going to play. We're going to make it work. And Naga was like, sure thing, no worries. And
yeah. I'll be here getting 2 kills at least every fight, even if you kill me.
Exactly. And the beautiful thing as well about Copenhagen Wolves is their ability to funnel people into Naga's rockets and even to Poppy Fresh's pulse bombs.
Oh yeah, that small pack room on the side of a point, first a barrage, then a pulse bomb. There's a lot of graves in there.
There's a lot of red X's where they all died. I mean, that just shows how concise they are with their pushes. They know exactly where to push. They know their strengths as well. They know they need to get Naga in a position where he can just pummel multiple people. They push into the house on the right-hand side. Everybody is forced to flee and be a little bit more defensive because you don't want to face Winston. You don't want to face Diva in a close corridor. And then they go right into Rocket Barrage and Pulse Bomb. So Copenhagen Wolves showing that they really are strategically minded.
Absolutely. Copenhagen Flames managing to take the first map. However, it is for choice of Young and Beautiful as to where we're going next. And it is going to be Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. Moving over to our NA brethren. Going to be exploring Los Angeles and their fantastic movie sets.
Well, Hollywood is an interesting map compared to Helios because you can't really play the Farah in a way that you can play it on Helios. There's a lot of cover. You can dip, duck, dive, and dodge behind these pillars. The thing is, for Hollywood, you can play it after you cap the point if you're on attack and play it around the movie set itself and around the saloon. But the issue is, it's so easy for DPS to actually get on top of that. It's so easy to elevate your tanks as well that it just doesn't really seem an option for me. And I want to see what Naga's actually going to pick up here.
Yeah, you get so much closer to the skybox when you can play on top of those buildings, but Farah just doesn't have that much distance to play with anymore. And obviously, it's one of the best areas in the game for Widowmaker. Many a player made their name within like the closed beta and onwards just with Widowmaker play on point B of Hollywood alone.
Exactly that. And what do Young and Beautiful do here? Because Ding is particularly, his prowess does rely on that Zenyatta. He's a big Ana player as well. Back in Season 3, did reach top 500 with that fairly easily, as you would do as an Ana player at that point. I do miss those days, I'm not going to lie to you.
The Ana days.
I do love playing Ana. We might actually see Ana on this map as well, in a sense, because we've seen a few teams now actually hold the top end of the cafe with a soldier. You either put you could put an Ana there, or you could put a Zenyatta, which is more likely going to happen. And you just stand there and just unmovable rock. You're not going to move. There's no way anybody else can deal with you because you've got a damage boosting Mercy and you've got a Zenyatta to back you up to.
Or you can sit in front of a wonderful computer.
Or that, yeah. I guess you could, yeah. I mean, everybody is, I guess, we're stood in front of a TV in that sense. Does it look like we are going to jump into game, though? Let's go. Hollywood under wraps.
Brought to you by Omen, the official PC and display of Overwatch Contenders.
Right. Marine Lord, don't toy with me here. It's always the 30 seconds. Tridd mentioned it earlier. Des mentioned it earlier. Don't focus on the hearts.
Oh, they are on the attack, though, so.
Yeah.
Copenhagen Flames in red, though. Definitely their preferred color, I would say. A little bit more fiery.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, makes a lot of sense. I mean, a lot of these players, in fact, you look at the side of Young and Beautiful, there's a lot of Danish talent in Young and Beautiful. So kind of Danes v Danes.
I think Ben Best may be the lone Frenchman on that roster.
He is indeed. Ben Best has played with a lot of the players from Eagle Gaming as well. He's got quite a storied history with them as well.
Most recently on Dose from the Overwatch pit.
Indeed. Now, Young and Beautiful here, like I mentioned before, is Ding's kind of speciality running this Zenyatta. They're actually going to do the soldier composition. Makes a lot of sense. Gustav on that Mercy. No Sombras yet. We did talk about this a little bit earlier. Unfortunately, it's not actually come to fruition just yet.
Absolutely. And we're probably going to see a repeat here of what we saw in our earlier CIS Hope game, where we saw Unfixed, Main, and Eng. Just the trifecta on top of the cafe. They might as well have been paying rent there. They were having so many cappuccinos and they were just so untouched.
And they're certainly funding that cafe business, especially as it gets destroyed every single time you play a map of Hollywood. They need money for the renovation, in all honesty. Ding trying to get a cheeky headshot. They're trying to get a bit of extra ult charge as well using the Diva rockets, but Heiko did manage to eat it all. They are running Marine Lord here on the Moira instead of anything else, instead of something like a Lucio. They've actually got Tridd on that one. Just means you can get a lot of AoE healing, and in fact you can see cheeky monkey Ben Best is actually on the sidelines trying to make sure they can't get anybody that's dove already. Gustav is going to fall. Beautiful dive from Heiko. Is going to be able to take out Ding as well. Both supports already down by Young and Beautiful. He's going to find himself a three-piece.
Absolutely, and that was actually all down to Ben Best on the defense there. He made such a great play to try and make this happen a little bit less quickly, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. Copenhagen Flames.
There was no other body there to actually absorb any of the damage. He was hiding in that small movie set on the right-hand side next to security, just meaning when he jumped, he actually failed the jump. He hit the wall and then was like, okay, well, I guess I'll kill Moira, right? And then the rest of the team kind of went down. There was no protection from him. He couldn't lay down a bubble. And now, Young and Beautiful, they lose the point. There's 5 minutes and 30 seconds in the time bank. That was the quickest one we've seen today.
I think Ben Best may have meant to do that just to try and remove the Moira heals and make sure that those tanks were a little bit more vulnerable. But unfortunately, the rest of the Copenhagen Flames offense, they weren't fans of such designs. They just said, okay, we're just going to kill the rest of you anyway.
Well, Ding managed to pick up Poppy for us to start this one off, which does mean they can move their Widowmaker a little bit closer up as well.
Overshot.
Yeah, overshot that one a little bit. He's going to have to get on top rather quickly, and in fact, opting to go for the back building rather than anything else now. You can see Ding throwing orbs over the boxes, just trying to hope he scores somebody.
Maybe. Oh, but the first score is going to be Dempsey, courtesy of Dryjo being given tinnitus by that poke.
Nugget's going to come off on the sidelines as well. He's going to unleash that Dragon Blade. A swing and a miss. Ding gives him the shoe. Ends up taking him down. That's my favorite thing is the Zenyatta killing someone with a kick. Does manage to find the headshot. Neko actually takes out Spox as well. Perfect dive yet again from Copenhagen Flames. Haven't lost a member yet. Even Hiko with the bomb. Still yet to use it. They're going to re-dive and try and retake control of that. Spox is actually going to get a res here, but Poppy Fresh, look at him. He's in that back line just farming ult charge, and they've already got it around the corner of the saloon.
Absolutely. Spox now has a great line of sight. Oh, and there goes Marine Lord. His head taken right off. Question is, can Spoxes get more? Poppy Fresh is going to be going in for Ding.
Well, he's in near that info sites as well. He's about to unleash the wall hacks. There should be just a nice clean-up here. Yeah, Tridd kind of accepted his fate. They're going to be a hold for the time being, and they've got a wealth of ults as well. 5 out of the 6. Dempsey's going to charge his up pretty quickly as well. Dempsey played it fairly aggressively last round, playing by that health pack. If they can find that pick-off again, this could be a very, very good fight for Copenhagen Flames.
Question is, how does Heiko use the self-destruct? Use it to try and clear the roof, maybe put Spoxes in a position where he can be dived. Oh, Ding! Supportal combat coming in strong. Goodbye, Marine Lord. That may well be a reset. Oh, he's got 2!
Ding got 2 supports?
You've got a Widowmaker and this guy's sniping.
This is where you hit enter, gold damage by the way.
Widow, please swap.
Please swap. gold damage, by the way. Gustav is going to get the revive on Dempsey. Marine Lord's going to find Bembes in the end, but that push was entirely stopped by the Infocytes and Ding just holding that right click, being patient, and taking out both supports before they could even do anything.
Little tidbit here. Ding is actually Danish for Jijonak.
He actually got his name from Rainbow Six 3, one of the main characters in it. Game I hold quite fondly in my heart, in all honesty. I did ask them the other day. I was kind of curious, but a little bit of tidbit. There's an extra little tidbit for you there to add on top. Dempsey now is actually holding around with his tank. See how far the cart has been pushed back as well. Something we didn't actually pick up on. It was round by the saloon. Now it's pushed all the way back down the street. Dempsey has got his pulse bomb available to him in a second as well. There's going to be a beat getting dropped by Copenhagen Flames. They're going to try and make the dive happen. That bomb is going to go off, but it's just going to get bubbled. Poppy Fresh should be able to get along on the sidelines here, but Marine is already going to go down. Problem is, when you dive, you leave your supports vulnerable, and that's exactly what Young and Beautiful took advantage of.
And Naga caught out on the retreat there. A little sniper bullet.
Can he get him? Oh.
He's just trying to play around the post there, but unfortunately Dempsey wasn't having any of his shenanigans. Young and Beautiful. Their ult bank is slowly being worn down, but they still have 3. They have the Infosight, so no surprise is going to be coming through here.
Infosights 2 fights ago. Now he's got Infosights again. We spoke earlier on how Infosights can literally win you a game. Ding used it spectacularly, just charging the right clicks. Now, Copenhagen Flames are aware of this. They're playing a little bit more cautious. That wasn't cautious enough. Poppy Fresh. You saw him crouch just to see get a little bit of vision. Head got taken clean off.
Oh, a couple of childhood memories eviscerated.
Naga now with the blade isn't going to really do all too much here. They're going to want to be able to save this. Just wait for your Poppy Fresh to come back. You've got to wait for that Tracer. She's got the bomb. They've got 5 ults. They need to be able to do something here. They have to be able to pull the trigger. They had 5 minutes and 30 seconds. 4 minutes of that has been wasted on the streets. There's the blade. He finds the slice. He cannot find the dice. Spoxes ends up going down to Chubbs. He finally finds him. Ding! He's not falling for that again. Naga does manage to kill him off. There's only a certain amount of time you can hold that right click as the Zenyatta. They are still fighting on cart, however. With Naga only finding that last kill, this fight has slowed down considerably. Tridd does end up finding Dempsey. Marine Lord cleaning up the rest. A Discord Orb on a Diva without defense matrix leaves her as a sitting duck.
Maybe a clean fight there for Copenhagen Flames, but time is not on their side. They've only got a minute left and 1 ultimate in the bank. They're not even really that close to any others. Poppy Fresh can potentially get a bomb for this and maybe try and open it up, but Young and Beautiful are going to be coming in with a Transcendence, so that's all important.
2 support ults, 1 on either side. Extremely important ultimate for this specific point because, hey, everybody's pretty close together. Now he's going to find his way to the back line. Nice headshot, but an instant reaction by Ding, popping that Transcendence, making sure everybody stands alive, and Bembes just zapping everybody at the front. That's going to be a big Discord Orb, sending Diva pretty low, forcing her the bomb out. Doesn't quite find anybody, but Marine Lord took that time to just clean up the rest of the fight. Gustav's going to fall. Hago's just going to run down Dempsey, who's just trapped up against the dumpster. Maybe that's where he thinks he should belong. They're going to collect the second point. They got an extra 1 minute on the clock.
And now they're pushing forward. They want to claim as much space as possible so they can try and get around this corner without being contested. If you can try and remove the possibility of having 2 or 3 fights here and try and condense it into just 1, that's the best position you can be in when you're lacking for time. 1 minute and 37 seconds on the clock. They've got to try and play this perfectly here.
They're holding really far up here. They want to be able to control this health pack. It's such a substantial amount of health if you do go down pretty damaged. It also enables them to kind of pre-think about if Copenhagen Flames have actually if Young and Beautiful will actually change to anything like a Sombra. Spox is up really high. Naga's actually going to take out Gustav here. Nice D-mech from Spox. Look at the shooting range he's actually in right now. He's not getting torn apart at all. Naga actually unleashes the blade, and he's going to be able to D-mech and maybe find the kill. In fact, Heiko cleans her up with a baby pistol, and they're going to be able to push forward here. Young and Beautiful have 1 more fight.
Absolutely. Do they have anything to bring in? They do have the Mercy ultimate. The Valkyrie is going to be coming in, and Bembes may well be able to try and get himself a primal rage here.
Gustav did it, but actually, look, Chubbs actually blocked him on the way to the point. Does make it in the end, but that time could be crucial. Danny sitting there, defense matrix to make sure he doesn't get too damaged, but Mercy is healing him up. That should be coming off in a couple of seconds. Dempsey now needs to be able to take care of Heiko. They do it in the end, but 40 seconds left and only 2 meters to go. Copenhagen Flames now. Copenhagen Flames now.
Okay.
It's literally been flipped around. Poppy Fresh, only ult available. Heiko's going to build us up pretty quickly, but they're going to have to rely on Drew getting that sound barrier in order to win this fight.
And Dempsey really cracked that one open. The first kill he got was Marine Lord, and when you're trying to stagger in, those Discord Orbs are your worst enemy. You're taking 30% more damage and you fall just as quickly. Now, Danny, with Bembes taking a forward position here, but Tridd with a speed boost.
Tridd with a speed boost. Spox is near his tactical visor as well. He has got sound barrier now available to him. Poppy Fresh opens up the fight. Bembes is going to get traded for Marine Lord. There's the beat. That boon of health is just escalating Copenhagen Flames' damage. They're pushing forward, but Ding has opened up with that Transcendence as well. Gustav gets a free res on Bembest. This should be a clean and easy fight. Ding is not, Redraw is not going down without one though. There's the blade from Naga trying to cut off people from spawn. He managed to find Gustav. That's a big lot of healing going down. Only 2 tanks on the point. You're no match for Naga. He ends up falling in the end, but the damage on Danny was enough to demech him. A bomb comes through. Heiko trying to dip dive and dodge out of the way. Danny, miracle, finds the remech, and Dempsey is going to be able to find the damage on Heiko. It's going to be enough. Young and Beautiful managed to hold with 2 meters left remaining.
Oh, so close there from Young and Beautiful. He really managed to clutch that one out despite the best efforts of Naga. He managed to kill Gustav and spawn, and that's the worst enemy of a Dragon Blade when you get up against those doors that you just can't pass through. Thankfully, you can put your blade all the way through.
It does feel horrible. I can definitely feel his pain. It's definitely been a few times. The only thing that can get through that is probably a Primal Raging Winston, but that wasn't the case. Now it's Young and Beautiful's turn to attack. Copenhagen Flames are going to sit on the defense. What do they do here? Because Naga, we've seen his Farah. We've seen the Genji out of him. I think Farah definitely was his pickup. Junkrat screams to me here what he's locked in. Sit up on that high ground. Just start pelting people with those left clicks. It's very hard to dislodge a Junkrat as well. You put a trap in front of you, one of those tanks is going to hit it. They're pretty big player models, and you can even put a concussion mine down to disengage even further. Yeah,
and especially if you're playing with Junkrat here, if you have someone like Marine Lord who's a very squishy Zenyatta, you can put down basically... When you're playing with Winston, you really want to land that jump. 50 damage if you can stomp them perfectly. So you're always trying to aim for that. If you can get Marine Lord to try and play around on top of a trap, then when they try and hit that jump, they're just jumping into a trap, and then Marine Lord can hit him with 5 headshots with the right click, and no tank likes that.
Yeah, and that problem is, to add on top of that, the Discord Orb as well, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's
so much damage.
A whole lot of damage.
That's a whole lot of Transcendence ult charge as well.
Yeah, exactly that. Young and Beautiful, maybe they go for something full dive here, or they go for something a little bit slower. Bembest on this Roadhog is pretty interesting as well. If he does manage to actually, Diva's finished wishing everybody Happy New Year. All right. We've had enough, Heiko. Thank you. Bembest, it's quite interesting if he sticks on the Roadhog here, because it's pretty easy to just move through this gate, find a cheeky hook, and if you can get someone down from those from that cafe, it can be quite a bit of a problem. Alongside of that as well, it actually forces people back because of that hook.
Alas, Bembest is going to disappoint you. Moving on to the classical Winston here, going to be picking up a couple of early grenades courtesy of the Junkrat, and they're going to have to heal up for a little bit before they can make their engagement here. That's another thing that the Junkrat does. If you catch just one of those grenades, you're taking so much damage, you've just got to wait so that you aren't going to be one-shot by it. That's a deep dive all the way into the cafe.
They're going to go for the deep dive, but look, the concussion mines push everybody off already. Naga finds the demech on Danny. Sporksis is just hammering those right clicks. He does find the dash onto Marine Lord, but is it going to be enough? They get the demech also. He's going to try and get out of dodge. Doesn't quite find it. That's a bit of frustration melee there. Does end up cleaning up. And with the Redro on that Mercy, continual healing, continual damage boost. Danny actually did manage to get the remake here, which might be crucial to this fight.
Absolutely, 2 ticks already accrued here for the side of Young and Beautiful, and Danny's going to pick up Poppy Fresh on the other side. However, Dempsey was punished by Marine Lord. Here comes the Coalescence.
Coalescence from Ding. He's going to move around this corner. That's the problem with the Junkrat. So much damage, but so much charge for Ding. Fire in the hole. The tire's up top. It's jumping again. Will it find anybody? It finds 2! Bembest and Sporksis go down. That should signal the end of the push for Young and Beautiful. But look, 75% or 74.3% on that clock, meaning they only need one small scrap in order to take the point.
Not only that, Young and Beautiful only invested a single ultimate into that attack. It was for Coalescence. They are ready to come in with 3 or 4 in the next attack, but Copenhagen Flames have a well-stocked ultimate pantry ready to receive, and they're going to be great hosts.
That's going to be the problem there. Marine Lord with his Transcendence. Spoxes goes Q, Marine Lord goes QQ. There's the blade. Transcendence isn't going to get opened up just yet. There he goes. A little bit delayed, just meaning they get extra healing at the end. Naga just sitting there pelting away. I'm invincible, mate. There's no way you're touching me. And I'm getting damage boosted. Retreat, retreat, retreat. That's the game plan for Young and Beautiful right now. Go for the big reset. You don't want to waste any time.
And that is heartbreaking for Young and Beautiful, because you invested 3 ultimates there and gained nothing off of that. They've accrued, or rather, they've lost half their time. 4 minutes quickly became 1 minute and 50 seconds. They've got 86.4% to their name, but no capture here, and Copenhagen Flames still sitting pretty on 3 ults. Naga can open this up before it even begins.
Well, there's the dive again, straight into the pantry. What will they find? Probably nothing. I never do. Ding! Ends up going down to Poppy Fresh. Marine Lord just executes Dempsey. Look at Naga's positioning. He's being so aggressive now. Jumps on the floor, goes okay, that's fine. Put a trap down, tank stands in it, tank goes down.
And now Naga hasn't even had to use his Riptide. He can use that as early as he wants now just to pick off someone at the start. Spoxes and Gustav going up into the air, but we need to be real careful as they go over this archway because you can parkour that tire all the way over the archway, really take out a pharmacy combo in the air, and that may well be exactly what Naga wants to do in this next fight.
I've got my eyes on Naga's ultimate. I'm ready for when he actually pops it out because you are right. A mid-air tire could spell disaster here. Coalescence from Ding coming out again. There's the Q. It's been popped. Where's it going to land? This could be the end of the game if he's careful enough. Ding actually finds Poppy Fresh on the sidelines. Tire, 3 seconds left. He finds Spoxes in mid-air. Rez should be able to get him up, though. He's in a safe enough position to do so. Bomb doesn't quite find anything, and Marine Lord pushes his way back onto the point with that Transcendence. And look, double support ultimate used. No one's dying today. Everybody's got a boon of damage. D-Roll comes out once more, only hits the trees, still manages to kill Dempsey, however, so this should be Young and Beautiful here, maybe taking this point. Spoxes has the prime position to hail rockets down.
Potentially so, but never count out Copenhagen Flames or Naga still in. He is almost built up to yet another tire. Everyone's throwing everything they have into this fight, and Spoxes is ready to come down with a barrage. Let's hope for Copenhagen Flames potentially bought their umbrellas.
He's waiting for the dash, he's waiting for the opportunity, he's trying to get to the back line, he spotted one, Naga goes down, and the Rip Tire went as well. He hit Q, ultimate disappears, Spoxes only finds one, but it's the crucial one. Hang on a second though, because a resurrection did end up coming through from the side of the wall. Spoxes finds another direct hit, Dempsey will get revived as well. Spoxes still untouched, no hit scan, no problem, he says. Marine Lord still retreating underneath the building. Dempsey manages to clean up the tanks with the help of Danny. Poppy Fresh, 1v1's Ben best, but realistically, what are you going to do against Spoxes? 50% already to another ultimate, and they are 99% in overtime. They need to take it here, or this will be Copenhagen's going to a match point. Before I can finish my sentence, they end up cleaning the fight up.
You take a breath, Jaws, because Young and Beautiful will be doing just the same thing. They've got 2 minutes and 20 now to work with as they move into point B of Hollywood here, and this point is all about the high ground. Spoxes moving over onto the Widow, but Naga's going to be there, ready to challenge him out. It's going to be a duel of the fates right here.
Duel of the fates. Their cards are hidden behind their back, however. Spoxes playing with fire right now. He's trying to get the jump up. Oh, narrowly avoided his head. You can see their tanks holding the opposite end. So if anybody jumps on Naga right here, they've got an instant reaction. Oh. Not if Naga
you can't counter that with a sniper bullet.
Exactly that. Unless you've got Defense Matrix, which he wasn't actually there for. So Naga does end up getting revived here again. Very safe positioning from him, so that is a possibility. Primal Rage, batting around Spoxes, and that's actually going to be a big delay for Young and Beautiful.
Yeah, look at what Copenhagen Flames did there. They knew that they weren't going to be able to win out a prolonged fight here because there was so much damage coming in from Spoxes that was missing because of Naga. So the second that Naga went down, they had to be like, okay, we need to go in. We need to get rid of Spoxes. We need to be proactive and aggressive. Make sure that if we are going to lose this fight, we're going to make them pay in time.
That was close. Had my heart racing. Spoxes, these Widow duels, they reminded me of bad times when I lose them too. He's got that hacks though. The wall hacks are going to come through. He's going to be able to spot everybody. These can turn around fights. Poppy Fresh once again finds Ben Best. Second time in a row this has happened. And even Naga is going to take out Spoxes. 60 seconds remaining here for Young and Beautiful. Look at the ultimate bank for them as well. It's not looking too healthy. Marine Lord, with that Transcendence, it's going to be a pretty easy and clean fight for them as long as he doesn't go down first.
Absolutely. I want to see where Marine Lord positions himself here. He could be incredibly proactive, try and stay up with his tanks, and they can make a full dive with a Transcendence, try and take out Young and Beautiful. They have a slight window where Ding won't have his Transcendence, and they have the advantage to try and take out that Zenyatta.
She's looking. Ooh, that was close. Oh, Naga gets his face ripped off, and now they're going to jump on him to try and get a bit of revenge. They actually cancelled the resurrection there. Dredro still has that Valkyrie available. He sinks back down to Earth. Will he be able to do anything, though? He needs to be able to pop this and fly and help the rest of his team. That bomb was pretty big. Did manage to take out Spoxes here, but is it going to be enough? There's 3 people on the cart for Young and Beautiful here, and they're just going to chunk down this Diva's HP. Sticky's going to land on the back as well. That went through him and actually got eaten by the mech. I take it all back. There's Dempsey actually cleaning it up, and that's the Marine Lord ultimate we were talking about, making sure everybody's alive.
Absolutely, overtime is in session, and the Transcendence has run down. No second chances here if you happen to be young and beautiful. Spoxes from a long range, trying to lay down the sniper bullets. He's got his eyes now on Chubbs. The Discord order is there, but the shots are not.
Oh, it almost finds the head of Poppy Fresh, but Spoxes, he needs to find maybe high ground here. Does use the repel. As soon as I said that, he was like he was listening to me. He's going to spot Naga. Can't quite find the shot. He finds it through the cactus. Let's go. All right, Marine Lord is going to go down as well, and he has got that Infosight available. They are 2 men down now on the side of Copenhagen Flames. Remember, this is overtime. If they leave that point, that overtime time clock is going to tick down to 0 pretty quickly.
Absolutely, they now have a hostage. Tridd is going to be there for just a couple of seconds because they were making the cart cease its progress. Now, Copenhagen Flames have the time to get back together. Remember, all the respawns in overtime are slightly longer, so when someone goes down, it's unlikely they're going to be back.
They're actually going to give up the point here. They recognize that they cannot win it straight up. Although I say that, and it's going to be a lie again. I thought they were wandering back to the old spawn room. They were not. They're going to jump on the cart to start off with, though. They're going to need to contest. Danny is going extremely low here. This might just be it. Danny without Meg and without himself is just going to fall over. The rest of Young and Beautiful are just going to fall by the wayside. Ding is cut up by Dredro. A Transcendence for the style points, and that will be Copenhagen Flames going to match point.
Oh, what a clean wipe. Young and Beautiful becoming scarred and burned right there. Taking Hollywood. It's Copenhagen Flames. Match point.
That game was just the epitome of clutch, if I do say so. The amount of times that went into overtime, you're like, wow, Young and Beautiful, they're really going to take this back. And then Naga just unleashes the Widowmaker.
Unleash the beast.
Exactly. But I got to say, the really unsung hero of the side of Copenhagen Flames is Poppy Fresh. This guy is finding pulse bomb after pulse bomb. He is finding the entry frags as well, even if it's without it. He's got fantastic synergy with his supports. Hey, discorded on this guy, jumps straight in, no worries, just dispatches them, and they're done for.
And not only that, when Poppy Fresh is getting this many entry frags, he commands so much respect and so much attention. Ding is having to put so much effort into trying to make sure that he's not getting taken out by Poppy Fresh, that the rest of the Young and Beautiful tank line can just come in unmolested.
That was maybe a bit better of a word could be used, but we'll let it go. We're going to jump into some highlights, though, because that game, that was close.